dear students. In your previous class, in the class 2nd, you studied that how the sexual reproduction takes place in rosa plant, that is China rose plant, that is hibiscus rosa cynosis. So in that one, both unisexual and bisexual reproduction will be takes place. Unisexual means either male or female reproductive part will be present. Bisexual means both male and female reproductive part is present. In bisexual reproduction, the male reproductive organ, in that one male gamete is pollen grains and female gamete is ovum or egg. And also we studied that structure of flower, in that one anther, filament, stamen, carpel, stalk, petals, and these are the different parts of the plants. And also we studied that what are the activity of, or which are the activity by which pollination will be takes place: through wind, through water, through birds, and also through insects. How means due to the color of the flower and due to the fragrance of the flower, and also from the nectar, and also many things. On the basis of that, the flower insects or birds attract to that color and so on. So they are pollination will be takes place, and different types of pollination. In that one, self pollination and cross pollination will be takes place. Self pollination will be takes place in bisexual flower, and cross pollination will be takes place in unisexual. So that means both that is transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of the flower, that is called as pollination through the activity of wind, water, insects or birds. These are the things we are studied in the previous class, but today we shall move on to the next one. So that is, what is fertilization? So fertilization means fusion of pollen and egg is called fertilization. We call that one as fusion of pollen and egg is called fertilization. So this pollen from which one? Pollen from stamen that enters to the eggs which are in the carpels, that is female reproductive part in the China rose China rose plant. So here pollen from that stamen that enter to the through the stigma, that stigma contains tail tube like structure, and through that will reach out to the ovary. In the ovary there will be an egg will be present. So this will be transfer of pollen from that stamen to the stigma, and fusion of that pollen and egg is called as fertilization. After fusioning, there will be a formation of zygote. Zygote is formed. Nodi here pollen grains ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಿಗ್ಮಾ ಇಂದ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇಂದ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಪೋಲನ್ ಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಆಗಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಓವರಿ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಬಂದು ಫಿಮೇಲ್ ಜರ್ಮ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಓವ್ಯೂಮ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಎಗ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫರ್ಟಿಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ, ವಿ ಗೆಟ್ ಎ zygote, that is zygote is formed. So one second, observe this picture clearly, okay? And next, seed formation after zygote. So after zygote formation, that is ovum, there is a formation of seed. Next step is seed formation, that is zygote divides repeatedly to form embryo. Ovule develops a thick coat and form seed. This ovum develops a thick coat and form a seed. Ovary ripens to form fruit. This ovary will be there. This total ovary will be there. This will be ripen, and then this will be formed to fruit, and this is converted into fruit as like this. In this one, seed will be there as usual, ovule. So this ovule develops a thick coat, this thick coat and forms a seed. Above this one, this ovary will be ripen and this forms a fruit. Next, what are post-fertilization events? So even following fertilization, events following the fertilization, what are that? See, development of embryo from zygote. There is a development of embryo. First, there is a development of this embryo from zygote. Embryo from zygote. Next, development of seed from ovule. Next step is development of seed from ovule. And last step is development of fruit from ovary. This is called as ovary. From this ovary there is a development of fruits. That is not plant. In the plant, flower. In the flower there will be an first in the part will be plant part. In that plant part there is an flowers will be there. Through that flowers, ಆ flowers ಇಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಪಾಲಿನೇಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೋಲನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ stamen to the stigma through the, that is from male part to the female reproductive part, pollination. After pollination, what will be takes place? This fertilization takes place. After the fertilization, what will be formed? Seed will be formed. After the formation of seed, what will be happen? Seed germination will be happen. Once again germination ಆದಮೇಲೆ there is an formation, there is an growing of ಮತ್ತೆ new plant. Once again in the new plant, flower will be there. Once again pollination takes place. Once again fertilization takes place. After that seed will be formed. Then after the seed formation, seed germination will be takes place. These are the steps that will be post fertilization event. See, seed is a fertilized ovule. Seed is a fertilized ovule ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Not they given picture. Next important, basic structure of a seed. So that contains seed coat and embryo. So basic structure of seed contains seed coat and embryo. This embryo contains radicle, plumule, cotyledon. So in that cotyledon there are two types will be there, monocotyledon and dicotyledon. Monocotyledon means ಏಕದಳ and dicotyledon means ದ್ವಿದಳ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಏಕದಳ ಮತ್ತು ದ್ವಿದಳ ಸಸ್ಯಗಳಾಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ನೋಡಿ, ಸಿ ದಿಸ್ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ಸ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟೂ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಕಾಟಲಿಡನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಟೂ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಸೀಡ್ ಲೀವ್ಸ್. ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್, ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ cotyledons, dicotyledon seeds and monocotyledon seeds. Dicotyledon seeds means that contains two or mono means one, di means two. ಸರಿ, ಡೈಕಾಟಿಲಿಡನ್ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್, ಸೀಡ್ ಕೋಟ್ ಡೈಕಾಟಿಲಿಡನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಸೊ ನೋಡಿ, ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಕ್ಕರ್ ಔಟರ್ ಲೇಯರ್, ಟೆಗ್ಮಾ ಥಿನ್ನರ್ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಲೇಯರ್. ಇನ್ನರ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಥಿನ್ನರ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಔಟರ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಥಿಕ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೀಲಮ್, ಸ್ಕೇರ್ ಆರ್ ನೀಡ್ ಕೋಟ್ ಥ್ರೂ ವಿಚ್ ದ ಸೀಡ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಡ್ ಟು ದ ಫ್ರೂಟ್, ಥ್ರೂ ವಿಚ್ ಸೀಡ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ಡ್ ಟು ದ ಫ್ರೂಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಪೈಲ್, a small pore above hilum. So this above hilum, a small pore will be there, that is called as micropyle. This is called as micropyle. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಚಿಗುರೊಡಿತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಮೊಳಕೆ ಕಟ್ಟೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ನೋಡೋಣ, cotyledons, so that contain seed leaves, food storage and also provide nourishment to the developing radicle and plumule. So cotyledons, these are the helps of the cotyledons. And radicals, embryonic root. You are studying clearly, detailedly in the next I think 8th standard or 9th standard. Complete discussion will be there, but this is the additional concept for you. Plumule means embryonic shoot. This is called plumule. This is called as radical. This is called as cotyledon ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸರಿ, ತೆಗೆ ನೋಡಿ, ರಾಡಿಕಲ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ರೂಟ್, ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಬೇರುಗಳು. ಪ್ಲಮ್ಯೂಲ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಶೂಟ್, ಮೇಲ್ಭಾಗ ಏನು ಬೆಳೆಯುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ ಅದು. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಓವರಿ ಇಂಟು fruits, ripen ovary after fertilization. First flower will be there, then there will be a formation of ovary. After that will be fertilization takes place. After fertilization, seed will be formed and outer coat fruit will be formed, then finally converted into ripened fruit. In that one also that contain once again ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೀಜಗಳಿರ್ತವೆ. Seeds uses in agriculture. What are the help of seeds in agriculture? Help plant species to be colonized in different areas. Provide nourishment to young seedlings. Young seedlings ಗೆ ಅದು nourishment ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. Ensure protection to the young embryo. So result in variations with new genetic combinations. With new genetic combinations ಜೊತೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, results variation ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. What are the difference between those two? And can be easily stored for future usage, and that can be stored for future usage. When we require, we should use those seeds. And long term validity of most of the seeds, and most of the seeds have long term validity, ಅಂದರೆ ತುಂಬ ದಿನಗಳವರೆಗೆ ಅದು ಬಳಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಸೀಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪರ್ಸಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ ಸೀಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪರ್ಸಲ್? ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಅವೇ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಂದ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು, ಸೀಡು ಡಿಸ್ಪರ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲೇಸಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಸೀಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪರ್ಸಲ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಅವೇ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್. ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಂದ ಅದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ದೂರ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೀಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪರ್ಸಲ್? ಸೊ ಏನು ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೀಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ಟು ದ ನ್ಯೂ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್? ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಅದರಿಂದ ನೋಡಿ, ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸಸ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಗಳ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರ ಪಾಡಿಗೆ ಅದು ಡಿಸ್ಪರ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬೆಟರ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್. ಆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಂದ ಸೀಡ್ ತನ್ನಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ತಾನು ಡಿಸ್ಪರ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೆಳೆಯೋದ್ರಿಂದ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಬೆಟರ್ ಗ್ರೋತ್. ಅದು ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬೆಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಫಲವತ್ತತೆಯಾಗಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾಟರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಬಿಟಾಟ್ಸ್, ಅಂದರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರದೇಶಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಅ ಸೀಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪರ್ಸಲ್? ಸೀಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪರ್ಸಲಿಂದ ಏನೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಅದೇ ಸೀಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪರ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೇನು ಕಾರಣಗಳಿದೆ? ಒಂದು, ವಿಂಡ್, ಗಾಳಿ ಬಂದರೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಆದರೆ ಸೊ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತವೆ, ಲೈಟರ್ ವೆಯ್ಟ್ ಇರೋದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಗಮ್ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್, ವೆರಿ ಲೆಸ್ ಗಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಕಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅವೇನಾಗ್ತವೆ, ಗಾಳಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹಾರ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಬೆಳೆದು ಬಿದ್ದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ವಿಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿಯಿಂದ ಅವು ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತವೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟರ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನೀರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ತೇಲವೇ ಆಗಿರ್ತವಲ್ಲ ಅವು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ, ತಿಂದುಬಿಡೋದು. ತಿಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ, ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೋ ತಿಂದು ಹಣ್ಣುಗಳನ್ನು ಅರ್ಧಂಬರ್ಧ ತಿಂದು ಬಿಸಾಕೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಹಣ್ಣುಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಂದು ಬೀಜಗಳನ್ನು ಬಿಸಾಕೋದು, ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ ಕಾಡಲ್ಲಿ. ಬೈ ದ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್, ಅದರ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿಯಿಂದನೂ ಸಹ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೀಡ್ಸು ಡಿಸ್ಪರ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗ್ತವೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸಲ್ಲಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಏನಾಗ್ತವೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್ಪಲ್ಲಿ, ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗ್ರೋ ವೆರಿ ಹೆಲ್ತಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆರಿ ರಿಸೆಂಬಲಿಂಗ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟೀಸ್. that they are resemble as like a parents. So these are the causes of seed dispersal, that is wind, water and animal. And these are the advantages of seed dispersal. ಅಂದರೆ ಸೀಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪರ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ಲೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರಿಂದ ಅಡ್ವಾಂಟೇಜ್ ಏನು ಅಂತ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ ಸೀಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪರ್ಸಲ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೀಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪರ್ಸಲ್, ಬೀಜಗಳನ್ನ ಡಿಸ್ಪರ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಸರಣ ಕ್ರಿಯೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ಏನಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು, ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟಿಂದ ಸೀಡು ದೂರ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ. And next they will ask, what are the uses of seed in agriculture? If they ask, you should write at least 3 to 4 points in this one. It's very important. And they will ask, they doesn't ask this one, they will not ask this one, and but they will ask this one, basic structure of a seed, maybe or may not be, they will ask this one. What are the post fertilization events? They will ask for the 2 months. What are the post fertilization event? You should write these 3, that is development of embryo from zygote, and development of seed from ovule, and development of fruit from ovary. You should write these 3 answer for the what are post fertilization events. Next, seed formation. How the seed will be formed? If they asked, you should write these 3 answers. That is, first zygote divides repeatedly to form embryo, and next ovule develops a thick coat and forms seed. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ದಪ್ಪ ಇರ್ತಂಥ ಕೋಟ್ ಪದರವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬೀಜವನ್ನು ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. and ovary ripens to form fruit. ಈ ಓವರಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ರೈಪನ್ ಆಗಿ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಹಣ್ಣಾಗಿ ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Next is fertilization. It's very important. What do you mean by fertilization, or define fertilization? They will ask like that. So you should write the answer very simple way, that is fusion of pollen and egg is called fertilization. That's the very simple answer for the definition of fertilization. What will be formed in the fertilization? If they ask, you should write zygote is formed after fertilization. So these are the concept that will be in the last this one. Next class will be notes will be there. So I will give notes for this one by sending link to in your group. And also day after tomorrow, that will be Sunday, there will be an unit test for this reproduction in plant chapter. In that one, some important questions will be there, that is structure of flower, don't forget that one, and definition of asexual flower, so and asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction, and also example for those two. And structure of flower is very important, and define fertilization, and also how the seed will be formation takes place. And these are the main basic questions for your next coming Sunday, sorry, not a next, coming Sunday test syllabus. Okay, this reproduction in plant test will be there for the coming Sunday, so don't neglect it, be prepared. Okay, that will be 15 marks test will be there, 15 or maybe 20 marks test will be there. I will give the timings or inform the timings in the group directly. So okay, thank you students. If you have any doubt, so once again recall the classes and note down the doubts when we are come to the Google Meet, or you should call to me and clear your doubts. Okay, thank you students.